Hello everybody and welcome to Dan Gaming, and today I'm going to be upgrading my partner's cousin's computer. So he brought me around a really old system which is just there, and it's an FM/FM plus 2 gigabyte motherboard running an old 6600 from AMD, which was alright. It was not doing too bad with it. He actually had a decent graphics card. He had a GT 770 and he had a good hard drive, which was 1TB, 7200 RPM. So there's not much really that we need to change, just a motherboard, new CPU and some new RAM, because we're obviously upgrading it. It's got a Corsair VS550 power supply, not modular, unfortunately, semi or fully. It's just basic ketchup and mustard cables. But what I'm going to do is go out, grab the parts, bring them all back in, get it set up, and then show you guys with it all together what we're going to be doing. So then guys, I've got everything together and I wanted to show you the case that I'm going to be putting it in. So I'm just going to lift this up here. It is a X3 Predator from Aerocool. Quite an old case. I've had it for about 6-7 years now. 240mm fan in the front, two 120s in the top, one 140 in the rear, and two 120s on the side. Don't know quite how I'm going to fit up the configuration. Obviously intake, I might have the two sides intake as well, and obviously the two top and one at the back as a exhaust. But the case itself is actually quite nice. Cable management in this thing isn't the best, and if I take it off, there you go. So at the moment he's got a LGA 1156 socket, which is the i5-650 with a Casca tower cooler there, which is actually quite a nice tower. It does a really good job. I think it keeps this CPU around about 25, under load about 35-40, which obviously isn't really taxing. He's got a Corsair V5-550 power supply. Unfortunately, it's not fully modular or semi-modular. It is kind of the ketchup and mustard cables in places, but on a whole it's a really nice case. Obviously you've got all your drive bay fans there, there, and obviously he's got up there, as you can see there, CD drive. I'm probably actually going to put the 1TB hard drive in here to allow air just to flow through. But yeah, it's really nice. He's got a wireless adapter in there, so obviously just basically the CPU, the motherboard and the RAM is all we're going to be changing today. And that then leads me on to the next part of what I'm actually going to want to put in this system. So if I just move this out the way for you guys. So it is an ATX case, and obviously here's the 770 from Aurora. It is the WindForce edition. Quite a nice beefy graphics card, to be honest with you. It's got it's got one display port, one HDMI, a DVI port, and yeah, it's a bit of a beast of a card. This 4 GB, mind you, so yeah, old, but it's going to do the job. That is then going to be paired with a Ryzen 5 1400, so not the X unfortunately, but the 1400. This is going to be a 3.2 GHz base with a 3.4 GHz boost. It's 4 cores and 8 threads, and this ranges, I think, around about it's around about it's around about £110, I think that is. But yeah, very, very nice processor to go with that GPU. I've got him 4 gig sticks, 2400 megahertz DDR4 Hyper Fury X RAM. So obviously he only had about £300 budget. So obviously the CPU and the two sticks came to around about, I think it was £180. And then I've actually gone for the MSI B450 Pro Carbon Gaming motherboard. So this is actually really, really cool. It's B450, which means that it will work with this Ryzen CPU, but it will also work with Ryzen 2000 series as well. It's already had the BIOS flash on it, so all he has to do is just stick that CPU in and away it goes. If he wants to upgrade it later on down the line, it just basically take that out, stick a 2000 series Ryzen CPU in it, and away you go. It's got M.2 as well, so if he wants to upgrade his storage later on down the line, he can fit a NVMe in here. And it's also got 6 SATA ports, so obviously you can upgrade that as well and basically go from there. So first of all, I want to get out the motherboard and show you guys what is on there. Obviously I'm feeling very festive because it is Christmas. I have got my little Christmas tree there, which is actually adding a little something to this video. But if I get it out of its anti-static bag, this is what we have got. There you go. So yeah, ATX, it's nice, it's durable, it's carbon fibre peel, it's got 2 PCIe express lanes. The M.2 is, as you can see, just sat there, and of course, like anything to up your game and your FPS performance, it has got RGB. But there you go. I quite like the box actually, quite a nice neat little design that these come in. But yeah, I've gone with an MSI board just to basically give them a little something more on the overclocking abilities as well. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get that case up, I'm going to rip out all the old components, stick these in, and hopefully away we go. Right then guys, now I've got all the hardware in, obviously the Ryzen 5 1400, the two 4GB Hyper-Fury X 2400 MHz RAM, and obviously the Gigabyte Aorus WindForce 4GB 770. So yeah, his hard drive's up here, that's out the way. As you can see, I don't know really what to do with the CPU cable. I'm sure I'll find a way of moving that somewhere. But what I'm going to do now is obviously install the CPU fan. Now I'm actually going to do something a little different because it already comes pre-applied with the thermal paste that you'll want to be using for the CPU. However, I don't know if you can see that guys, Arctic Silver. There you go, Arctic Silver, I think this is 5. So pretty good thermal paste. I use it on Arctic Storm behind me all the time, and yeah, really nice. I'm going to actually keep it in its plastic holder for now. What you're going to want is, I've actually got some strengthening polish remover, and I've got a anti-static flannel cloth, whatever you want to use, and I just want to take that off because, don't get me wrong, it's good that comes on there, but I'd rather replace the paste. You don't know how long it's been on there, how long for, and I'm just going to apply this and just move it round. And what that's basically going to do is just removes the CPU or the paste, the CPU paste that was on there beforehand, and I want to make sure that it's all off. Give it a good scrub. Yeah, she's all off, and she should look like something like that afterwards. Just going to go and give it another once round. There you go. So I'm going to put it back on there, and what I'm going to do is just clean that off. I'm going to stick the Arctic Silver 5 on the CPU itself, push this down, let it settle, move it around, and hopefully that should obviously keep his temperatures cool whilst under load, whilst gaming as well. Like I said, on Arctic Storm, I think the temperatures on idle are around about 24, to 26. When she's gaming under load, depending what you're playing, she then jumps right through the roof to about 50, 52. So yeah, not bad at all. Ooh, there you go. As you can see, all I'm going to do is just unscrew the cap and just put it on. So yeah, I recommend you guys to go and get some Arctic Silver. I will put it in the link in the description below, so you can find out where to get it. And yeah, I've put a small blob on there. Now obviously with this AMD fan, you want it to go any way you wish, which is what I'm going to try and decipher now. I don't know how I want it to go. I have to have a little think on how I want her to sit. So what I'm going to do is just fiddle around here, have a look at how I want her to sit, and then we shall go from there. So then guys, there she is, all installed. Yeah, cable management isn't great, but there's not a lot in this case that I can do with it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, set her up in my, if it let me get it in, there you go, in my tripod for you. I'm going to start her up, and so far she is really quiet, but what I want to do is get into that BIOS, and I want to have a little look at it and see what she is doing. So once this loads me into the BIOS, hopefully I don't miss it. There you go. I'm now into the BIOS. I'm going to move the camera around ever so slightly for you, and I'm going to go through it basically and see what there is. So let's zoom in for you. Hopefully, yeah, let's zoom in and show you what's on this BIOS. So obviously you've got your XMP profiles there, settings just obviously all standard, and yeah, so obviously you want to go and set the time and the date, which is the 21st. What the heck? Ah, there you go, 21st of the 12th, 2018. Obviously it's all the other way around, and the time is about 7, I'm going to go 20, yeah, let's leave it at that. Right, so that's that done. Let's come out of there, and obviously here's up here is your boot priority and whatnot, but I want to go to overclocking. It's on expert, CP ratio, let's go with 3.4. Nope. Nope. There you go. So I'm going to try and get her to 3.4 gigahertz, and anything else I need to do. RAM is obviously I've put at 2800, so this should hopefully give her a bit of a boost. I'm not going to change much else, to be perfectly honest with you. I think everything is fine as it is. Like I said, it doesn't really need to be overclocked to the nines, as obviously he is going to be gaming, don't get me wrong, but obviously he will be playing most games. So fan control disabled to enable, jet pump 1 disabled to enable jet, that's fine. And let's go on in. So what I'm going to do is, now hopefully it gets past the BIOS and goes straight into the obviously the desktop. I'm going to get him in here, going to show it to him, get him hooked up and do a few games, and obviously I will benchmark it as well later on in a different video, I would assume, and hopefully this does go quite well. So let's just see, is it going to load on him? And there you go, she's loaded. So
that's pretty much it. So thank you for coming along and watching, guys. Please do give me a thumbs up, please do hit that subscribe button, please do hit that bell icon for notifications. I'll put all the specs of what's in this case that I've bought in the link in the description below, so if you want to go out and buy it you can do. And obviously, yeah, he's going to love it, but I want to get him gaming, so let's see what he thinks, and like I said, then I'll come back and benchmark at a later stage. Take care, guys, and again, thank you for watching.